The League Podcast. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Topher the Beast Lee. Thank y'all for tuning into the pilot, the very first episode of TLP, the League Podcast. That's right, the podcast that's just for the league, brought to you by the league, and that's all about the league, and of course hosted by yours truly, the Beast. Let's get into it. For our first pilot episode, we have a very special guest tonight. Introducing Paul the Commissioner Hong. All right, Commissioner Paul Hong.
Yes.
Thank you for being here with us, taking your time out of your busy schedule to join us and do this very first pilot episode for this podcast. How are you?
Yeah.
How are you, sir?
Good, man. I know you've been talking about wanting to do this for a while, so thanks for having me, man. This is a very creative idea. I like it.
Yeah, it stemmed actually from an extension from the mother freaking honkster picks of the week. That's been going for 5 years.
5 years now. Yeah.
5 years running
5
strong.
years.
Right. I know last year. And we'll talk about the history of the league for those newcomers, the rookies.
Yeah.
Jang, right. Nerdy, I guess.
I
don't know.
I actually got that idea from the league, the show. Have you seen that?
So I haven't.
Oh,
I
you need to
haven't.
watch
so
Yeah.
we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
But so I was like, okay, well, a podcast, at least we'll have people come in, just talk. It can be 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour, who knows? But the audience, right? You think about podcasts and you think about audience being to like everyone or people that are interested, right? But this audience would be just us, right? I mean, if our friends want to listen, sure, great. But the audience is meant solely for us. So if we want to shit talk, we can shit talk. If we want to talk trade talk, we can trade talk, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I think there's a lot of different ideas that we can, I'm thinking even right now this is an audio thing, but maybe next year we'll have video setups, right?
Oh,
and when we
man.
have these intros, right, we'll have like a fog machine and people just come.
That's pretty ambitious, man. That's pretty ambitious.
But I mean, like side bets and punishments,
sure.
right?
For sure.
Like if I lost to Jita and my side bet was doing a video recorded podcast, right? With like a Steelers jersey on, which I don't know if I would ever take that.
Yeah,
bet,
no, speaking of which, the punishment, I mean, the rookie this year, David Jang, kind of mentioned that, the engraving of the trophy is kind of weak. And
yeah,
I
so
mean, we might have to explore some options into that.
Yeah.
I mean, it might be too weak.
Okay, so I guess moving on, then let's go ahead and just talk about since this is the pilot episode. I guess my current idea for the podcast is that we'll have some sort of structure, except for this one. We'll deviate from that structure a little bit, just because the commish is a pilot, kind of get
Test
used
it
to
out.
things, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then we'll have bits and segments like NFL news, and then we'll talk maybe fantasy news, going over the picks, see how people are faring out, and then we can do other things like shit talking. We can do trade talks. We can have people phone in later episodes if we want. But so let's keep it fluid. So that way, if people want, have an idea, we can do that. Side bets, punishments, like this. Let's just be creative and just have fun with it.
Yeah,
Right? 'Cause
definitely.
that's the point, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's talk about the history of the league, right?
Ooh, yeah.
How did this come up?
So the history of the league. So I'm looking at the trophy right now because obviously,
My trophy. Trophy.
you won last year.
Mm-hmm. Can
But,
I have Todd Gurley back, please?
Yeah, it's gonna cost you arm and a leg, maybe $100. It's a little collusion. But no, I mean this trophy dates back to 2012, but actually, I think this is like middle of it. Like we had an idea, and one of our youngs who was in the league before, no longer in this league, but he had the idea of making a trophy. And,
Wait, who's the?
It was Mike Song.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
okay,
he had it, and then I think so. David.
No, see, so don't call
just
out
call
Mike.
him out. All right, I'll
Call him
him
out because Chris is gonna send it over, and we should talk about Mike of how maybe he just can't. Actually, I think he quit football.
Yeah, he did. So
That's what he
this year, I actually asked him to come back. I think last year and this year. But then I think he has like 3-4 kids now or something.
Yeah, he's
And
got.
so he just quit sports.
Yeah, yeah, and I think it's there's some sort of stance to it. I think, but I don't know. Maybe we'll have Mike on as a guest.
Yeah, I know he's a Redskins fan, but his wife is a big Cowboys fan. So maybe
No way, is she really?
Yeah, she is.
No way, really.
This is yeah.
And then so she's a Duke,
fan and a Cowboys fan. So she's
oh my goodness.
the worst of the worst. But
Wow.
I don't want to talk about other people's wife. But going back to the history of this, so he got it, and then David Yu, who was a champion that year,
Man,
he offered to pay for this. So I mean, we have it ongoing. But yeah, this league, I don't know how it started actually. I think I've been playing fantasy football for a while now, and I think we just got a group of people in it, and I mean we still have a lot of the OGs, who are in this league today, like, you,
yeah,
James, like, David Yu. I mean, he's come and gone, but he's back now.
Yeah.
Like Chris, Juan.
We do have some newcomers, right?
Yeah, we do.
Chongwo he started last year.
Chongwo
right?
started, last year or 2
Huni
years
was
ago.
New.
Huni's new. Chite came last
yeah.
year, and then we got the donation. David Jang. But his team is doing pretty hot. But yeah, going back to this, I mean, just a fun little thing that I wanted to do. I mean, obviously we're not, football athletes, but some kind of just trophy that we have and that we can have.
Yeah. What about so like the changes to the league, like just to see it grow? I think the most interesting thing about it is like it's one thing if you have a league, but to have a league kind of ongoing.
Yeah, right? No, I like it. I love
it.
And
then to be able to build off on it, right? For example, our veto change.
Yeah.
That we implemented this year. Well, why don't you explain what the purpose of that is?
Why we had a lot of people, complain about vetoing.
People, meaning David.
I mean, I just don't think people want repeat of 2013 when he just traded his whole team away and eventually won the whole thing as a 6 seed. So that's the thing. But I think people were just complaining about people being petty and just vetoing for the sake of vetoing each other and being anonymous. It's nothing. And so
okay, so now I have to ask, because you're the commissioner, right? You're on the hot seat. I have to, I wouldn't be doing my job as a podcast host if I didn't ask these tough questions. But what if this doesn't work? Because I'll tell you right now, with this last trade, it was Mixon for Ingram.
Yes,
right?
It was Huni's Mixon for David Ingram.
Which I was like, okay, I don't know what my thought process was, but I was like, okay, maybe I thought it didn't affect me, right? But then Chongwo explains, that you're talking about Mixon, who is a sure number one, and then Ingram is a workhorse that shares with Kamara.
Right.
So it's not fair. And I was like, oh, I guess that's right. Right. So then I actually changed my vote to reject it.
Right. So I think it's about transparency, right? I want people to know who's voting for what, and I want it to be an open discussion, right? I mean, this is a democratic league, okay? This is not a dictatorship where the commish just, says yes or no. So, I want it for the people. And, as a commish, I am a team owner too, right?
So wait, explain the veto rule, the change now.
Okay, so prior to this, it was in Yahoo. I think the default was a 1/3 of the league vote vetoes, then the trade gets canceled.
So four.
So four, yes,
right,
4,
okay.
Which is, I guess, not that much.
Right.
And so we had some suggestions of making it 2/3 or so whatever. And I thought 2/3 was quite a bit, which is like eight people out of 12.
Yeah, that'd be 8. Yep.
Yeah. So I thought, at least a majority would need to veto. So I made it 7 out of 12 people, I think.
Okay, I see. And that was adjustable in Yahoo settings and whatnot.
Oh no! So I actually currently in Yahoo I have it set as commissioner. So
okay.
I do see all the trades that come through, but then I would report that to our chat room and have the people vote on it.
Right.
And so the reason why I wanted to not vote at that time is because I didn't want my opinion swaying other people's, opinion on the trade. So
okay. What happens then if? So like, what about like timing issues and if people aren't voting quick enough, right? You're talking about
Right,
if
so-
I put a trade through on Tuesday,
Right.
and we need to get it, hopefully done by Thursday, so we
Right.
can
So the
start it.
default, I think Yahoo is 2 days, and I think that turns off once you vote it to commissioner.
Okay.
So I do still want to follow that 2 day voting time in.
So after 2 days, you'll
After
just,
2 days. So if we don't get a majority, then obviously the two owners have agreed to trade, so I'll allow it.
Okay, right, because ultimately in the end
Yeah.
they did.
So it's
Okay.
just split. Right?
So and here's another thing about this podcast, right? Like, I think by listening to other people talk, right? People like me. I'm gonna be honest. I have a baby boy. He's 10 months old, right? We're planning his told. Like, come on, I don't
Very
have.
cute, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Shares the same
but
name.
I don't have time. Oh yes, Hansu, big Hansu here. I don't have time to sit here and look at all the different players and matchups and like injury reports and blah blah blah. Who's doing well? Which running back's going to be the up and coming. So for me, it's just whatever I hear, and I follow football. I'll watch when I eat lunch or breakfast or something. I'll put on ESPN or read articles. I'll follow, but there's a difference between following football and following fantasy football.
Oh yeah.
You know what
obviously.
I mean?
Definitely.
So I'm on that boat, right? So for me, I could see myself getting suckered into one of these David Hughes thing. I mean, I would never trade Mixon for Ingram, right? But for someone who maybe doesn't have that time,
Right.
maybe who's not up to par with people's values and such, right? This podcast would be a great way for people to be like, oh, kind of be in the loop,
Yeah.
right? So we
Yeah.
can kind of avoid the sucker deals that David Yu always pitches first. Why?
Always. Always trying to fleece you.
But
Always.
we'll talk to David when we get to his week of podcast, because that should be an interesting one. Okay, but what about future changes? I've had thoughts. I've talked to some people that if these 12 right now sticks together, maybe transitioning into
To a dynasty league.
right. And now, so
I've thought about that.
Explain dynasty league to the noobs.
Okay, so this is my understanding, and I'm not like 100% sure about it, but I think how a dynasty league works is that you draft, and I think you pick 2 or 3 players that you want to keep on for next year, and everyone else drops, and then you redraft the other 9 out of 12 people that.
So building a core.
Right. So it's like you're franchising these players, right?
See, that would be interesting.
Yeah. So obviously, if you have number 1 pick, like me, who had Todd Gurley, I would keep him for the next 3 years, right?
Right. So, and we actually have some questions about that number 1 pick, by the way. But okay. What about some other changes?
Right. So I think
any issues with the league right now. Any glaring problems?
Well, the first thing that I want to change for next year is the draft time. Not the draft time, but the draft picking time. So I had another league that I drafted.
Okay.
I think the timer was around 1 minute and 30 seconds or 1 minute. I think it was 1 minute 30 seconds.
Isn't default 1 minute 30 seconds?
No, default 2 minutes.
Oh, okay.
And so that draft lasted about an hour for 12 people.
Okay.
And this year I counted for our league, and it was about 2 hours.
Mm-hmm. It's David Yu's fault. It's always David Yu's fault. But man, that man takes forever to draft.
Yeah, everyone was using their precious 2 minutes, all of it. So
you know what? That's not true. I feel like Hooney and Chongo were like really on top of it.
Yeah, I knew the players I wanted,
right?
man.
I mean, I did too, but there's something about when they just click drafts really quick and you're like, oh shit, they know what they're doing. It's like, oh fuck, I did research compared to this guy.
I think the trend I noticed, I think all the dads were taking the full 2 minutes.
Because all the dads are
because they don't have
reading
time to
the Yahoo
research.
notes. They're like, oh shit, is he hurt? Is he doing well?
Right. So that's the trend I noticed. So next year, definitely maybe a minute or maybe 1:30 seconds. I think would be a good change.
And
for
I think making that change would make it more feasible for everyone to kind of get together and do a live draft,
Yeah.
or a land draft, if you will, right?
That could work.
Because right now, we did it here at my place, and I think it lasts like 3 hours, maybe.
Yeah.
It lasts quite a while.
It is a long time.
It's hard to commit.
Yeah.
If it's an hour and a half, it'd be easier to kind of maybe do it earlier.
Yeah.
Get it done, and then we can play more time playing poker.
Yeah, we can do
So
that.
I can win more money from
Drink
you
some
guys.
beer.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. So so I mean, definitely that. And another change I want to propose to everyone for next year is there's a thing called points per rush attempt. So obviously for all the workhorses running backs, obviously like 20. So my proposed, status would be like 0.1 points per attempt.
Even if it's a negative yard?
Yeah.
Huh.
So everything else would stay the same, and then have the points per rush attempt. So because I mean, it would kind of credit those like running backs who have like 20, 25.
That's still
so they would make it far more valuable, but it would kind of reward them at the same time for getting maybe like, I don't know.
So you mean
yards.
you're talking about those situations where you got that one Mike Tolbert that was never running, and he would always go in the goal line and score that fantasy owner 7 points every freaking time.
Yeah.
And then you had like, I don't know, Chris Johnson, whoever it was that was behind him, that rushed for yards. I got you. Actually, so with changes like that, obviously that's something that you would ask the league.
Yeah, definitely.
What if one of us had a suggestion? Like, what do you think would be the best way to bring this up to you?
Oh yeah. Come on. I mean, it's open door policy. You guys can email me, message me, do in the group chat. That's fine.
Okay. So, but are we gonna implement some sort of I don't know, like a voting system for these changes? Like, who gets the final? So you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I could see.
Let's say this. Let's vote, and then I think we could just use my discretion and then go from there.
Okay. So maybe just a suggestion.
Sure.
But as this league, what's the word I'm looking for? Flourishes.
Progresses.
Maybe we'll have. So this is like the state of the league, right? Maybe we'll have one of these at the end of the league. We'll have like the champion. We'll have a little interview with them, but then maybe we'll have like a discussed, maybe a few points of like an owners meeting, if you will, like an NFL owners meeting, right?
The winter meeting.
Right. We'll talk about like, okay, maybe we want to change these. We'll vote on it, and then if someone else has any recommendations, they can bring it up or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds good. All right, so you ready to get into some other talks?
Yeah.
All right. So I think with the league stuff out of the way, the history and the generalness of the league, let's get into a little bit more of the in-depth week-to-week stuff, right? So we'll start off with the just football news. All right. How are you enjoying this season so far, Commissioner?
It's a young season. I mean, my team's doing well. I mean, my Redskins
wait.
are 2-1.
Whoa. Okay. So yeah, let's talk about NFL right now. NFL. We'll talk about NFL, and then we'll talk our fantasy league afterwards, right? And I think, ideally, we want the NFL news to be, let's just go over it. Whoa, I didn't know about that. Just let's make it quick, and then just go a little bit more in depth into our fantasy stuff, because that's what this podcast is about, right? So what do you think about the league so far?
There's been a lot of injuries. I mean, I'm pretty surprised, man. I'm surprised. The Patriots.
It's a very surprising league so far.
Lose to the Jaguars, which in turn Jaguars lost to the Titans yesterday.
Right.
And then what do you call it? The Patriots go to Detroit and then they lose.
Right. And you could say that actually about the Ravens, how we destroyed Buffalo, right? And then we were like, Cincinnati. Damn, were they just terrible or were we that good? And then we lose to Cincinnati, right? But then Buffalo goes and kicks Minnesota's
ass.
Right?
Oh
like, what is happening in this league? Right? What is happening?
If he chose Buffalo yesterday in betting,
oh my
God, he would have been
crazy coming rich. Coming out with a lot of money.
Holy crap. Yeah, no one had that, man. I don't know, man. It's Kirk, man. Kirk choked. I don't know what happened.
Okay. Let's see here. Top news is right now. MRI confirms ACL for 49.
Jimmy G. Yeah, I guess that's what you get when you date a porn star.
Is he dating a porn star? Stop it.
That's the news I saw.
Who? Let me look her up right now.
I think she's like this.
Just kidding, Carol. I am not gonna look her up. Okay. Okay. Oh, I did not know.
Yeah. So he's out. So I think they have the backup Beathard.
Yeah,
it's not bad. He played against the Redskins last year, and
is he a second year now?
Yeah, I think he's a second year.
Huh.
And I think his grandpa was like one of the GMs in the Redskins like many years ago.
Is he? Is anyone rushing to pick him up on the waivers right now?
I don't think so. Oh, maybe Scott. Scott has him.
No,
Scott
really?
has Jimmy G, but I think he has
no,
backup.
No.
He has golf, I think.
Right.
Yeah,
no one's gonna pick him up as a backup.
Nah.
Okay. Let's see. Jets call Steelers about disgruntled Bell. Oh, the Jets. Actually, so we're gonna have a little segment, or I wanted to at least. I don't know if we'll have time, but I had asked the rest of the league to ask the commissioner some questions.
Are you serious?
Yes. Behind your back, we started a whole new chat room, and we're like, this has no commissioner. You know, whatever you guys want me to ask, I'll ask. And one of the questions is actually about this from GT, right?
Okay.
Our Steelers fan, which. So it's a side topic. Did you know that this league has actually a pretty healthy variety of fan base, right? You got Redskins fans, right?
Yeah.
You got Ravens fans. We've got Patriots fan over there with Scott. Fans. We got Eagles fans. We got Gita, our Steelers fan, right? Yeah. Is that everyone?
I think David Yu said he's like a Niners fan. I don't know what he is.
David Yu.
He's just a fantasy football.
David Yu is what I call an analyst. He doesn't have a team. He just
tries to fleece you the whole time.
Exactly. But if the Redskins won, he would have to kind of, no?
Yeah, I guess. I
mean, he wants to buy the Wizards, right? So you have to support your local team, though.
That dude, I don't know, man.
But sorry, tangent. So one of these questions is by G10. He says, "What would you do with the whole Le'Veon Bell situation?
If I were the Steelers?
Right? Yeah, if you were the Steelers. Now this is something that me and G10 and I talked about. We actually recorded like a side podcast just about sports. We came over and we just kind of recorded it. And it's a tough situation, man. You know,
it's very tricky. So the thing is, Le'Veon has to report by week 11. In order to be qualified as a free agent for next year. So it means he has to play. I mean, I guess if the Steelers decide to play him the last 5 weeks of the regular season.
Okay.
And whether either he gets run down to the ground by the Steelers, he has to report by week 11 to become a free agent next year. But now they're talking about trading him. And
right.
If you've seen him pictures, have you seen pictures of him recently?
No.
He's fat.
No way.
He's out of shape.
No way.
He's definitely out of
Let
shape.
me look it up right now.
He's definitely not the Le'Veon status that we know.
Who's got Le'Veon Bell?
David Yu.
Oh my goodness, David.
So I mean, obviously, James Conner's been playing real well.
He is, but he's not Le'Veon Bell.
He's not, but in terms of fantasy, he's putting up points.
What do I look up? Le'Veon Bell current?
Apparently, he was like jet skiing in Miami, and
okay, jet ski Miami.
Dude, he's
no Le'Veon Bell.
He's not. No,
and
no way. Yeah.
Oh my God, he is fat.
Yeah.
No, it could just be his water suit. No,
I don't know. All I know is that he's been partying. He's been partying.
Oh man,
in Miami, and Miami is Benny's Bears, right?
Oh, man. Oh man, he does go around.
Probably drinking every day.
Smoking that weed every day.
Maybe. So that's a conspiracy that I thought about. So maybe he smoked weed and he's waiting the 11 weeks
to clear it out
for the weed to pass the system. So that's why he's not reporting.
Man, he needs to go to like California or something. Well, I mean, it doesn't matter. It's in the league, right? Okay, so what would you do if you were
for the Steelers?
Yeah,
I mean,
or if you were David Yu.
No. So if I were the Steelers, I would probably just wait it out, man. So if you trade him now, no team's gonna want him. He's pretty much a 1-year rental, and he's still gonna be, I think, under that franchise thing. So he's
the franchise. Yep.
Yeah. So
it'd be like
and you're paying $1 million per game for him.
Yeah.
And at this point, when he's fat and out of shape, would you want him?
Well,
So if I were to steal it, I would try to trade him.
I'm still not sold that he's fat and out of shape, right? So I mean, okay, these pictures, let's not 100% believe it, but yeah, he's probably not football ready, right?
If I were to steal it, I would just ride out Connor and then wait for Le'Veon to come back week 11, and then use like a double-headed horse running back and make it to the playoffs.
You think they're gonna make it to the playoffs this year?
I don't know. It's a combination of things. Antonio Brown with the Madden curse, and there's so much drama in Pittsburgh.
Oh
like,
my
I don't
goodness. Did
think.
you hear about the whole Trump thing?
No, I did not.
Oh man,
What happened?
The Stormy Daniels.
Big Ben. Yes. I did
Yes,
hear
about
that.
Big Ben.
Yeah.
Trump asked him to escort her upstairs, and he asked for like a kiss. Right?
It's not the first time, man. Big Ben is,
Man, I have this theory about Big Ben, and just take this with a grain of salt for everyone listening that I'm a hardcore Ravens fan, and I hate everything about the Steelers. But, he I feel like he has to be a rapist because he's a very ugly-looking famous guy, right? He thinks he can get anyone, right? And they're like, no. And then they go, but I'm Big Ben. Come here, right?
I believe that story 100%.
But again, everyone could say something about Ray Lewis, I'm sure. So I'm just gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it at that. All right? I'm just gonna leave it at that. Okay. Yeah, man, it's a tough situation. But I will say with Le'Veon Bell, I don't think that would have been a tie game with the Browns. It's hard to imagine that there's 1-1 right now.
Right.
That's crazy. The Steelers.
Yeah.
And then the Patriots are 1-2. I mean, but there were times, I guess, they were 1-2 and they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, they're Patriots. You can never count them out.
But
they got Josh Gordon too now, so that's another topic.
Man.
But so going back to your question about being a Le'Veon owner, I think you should trade him away.
Trade him away in the league
in the league to the motherfucking Honksters for
who? For who? It's because Davey keeps on asking, like, hey, Le'Veon Bell for this. But I'm like, dude, Le'Veon Bell's not playing right now, man. You have to. And it's not like it's a suspension. It's not like Julian Edelman, which Chris, I think, tried to trade me for. But at least with Julian Edelman, I know he's coming back in week 4. Right? Le'Veon Bell is a question mark until, this is worse than, Aaron Rodgers. Is he going to play next week with his knees?
So each time you trade with David you're just adding fuel to the fire. He's collected 5 RB1s, and I don't know what he's trying to do. Collect all the stones or something?
I don't know. My draft strategy. Oh, man. Should we talk about drafts? Let's talk about that later. We'll save that for another episode. But my draft strategy was to go after all the RBs.
Right.
Just go heavy RBs, as you can see with my wide receivers, right?
Yeah.
But who's he trading with? Who is giving him all these roles?
That's what I'm saying. He's doing all these multi-package deals, and he's trying to conceal. Manipulate, and get all the good players. If you look at his roster now, we were talking about it yesterday, and it's pretty insane. He has, granted, he's probably 0-2, probably going to be 0-3. He has James Conner, Matt Breida, Aaron Jones, Dalvin Cook, Le'Veon Bell, Joe Mixon. Dude, that's 3 RB1s right there.
That's pretty good. But we're not gonna talk about that yet, right? Well, let's go. Let's shoot through these headlines real quick. Jets call about the Bell. Okay, so Bell, Rams Talib out for a month. Rams looking very good.
Talib and Peters.
Yes, and
both
Peters,
out.
yes.
Both out.
But with an offense like that, who cares? Right? Is Todd Gurley treating you well?
I thought he was gonna blow up last night, but I guess not. But no,
he's it's all right. It's all right. Don't worry, he'll treat you good.
Yeah.
If he's on the training block, let me know.
Absolutely not.
Raiders Gruden Carr trying too hard at times. Derek Carr and the Raiders. Wow,
surprising.
As James so eloquently put it, Oakland, you fucked up. Man.
Yeah.
You getting rid of
Khalil Mack, man.
Holy shit, that dude is...
He single-handedly changed the Bears defense.
Oh my, he's nasty.
Yeah.
He's nasty.
I think he's had a forced fumble in like every game so far.
And it's not even like a forced fumble. He like literally just like
Strips
walks
it out of you,
over and
yeah.
takes it. Like it's like
It's insane.
he makes it look so easy. Just like, I'll take this and cute, and just walks it like crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I also have the Bears defense, so
I know,
Yeah.
man. That was a good pickup. Cowboys not playing any major changes on offense. Are you sure,
they're done.
dude?
They're
What
done.
happened?
They lost Dez. They lost
What
all their
happened?
offensive line.
Yeah, I knew it was a problem last night or yesterday when I saw them play. When Ezekiel was fucking up, man. He can't even stay in balance.
Right.
Like, what are you doing? You're a professional football player, man. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Get that nose ring out of your nose, right?
Oh, I did
you
not see that. No, I didn't.
Yeah, I think it's new, right?
Ugh.
Like,
Come on,
it's
man.
probably parted hard too, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what happens,
Cowboys.
man. The offensive line, they lost everybody, and
You know, that's what we don't have. We don't have our resident Cowboy fan, Chris Pyun.
yeah,
We need someone to rep the Cowboys. I
He's
mean,
gone.
we need that rivalry because you know that means every time the Eagles and Cowboys play, you'll have that rivalry,
yeah,
and the Redskins, right? And then same here, Ravens, Steelers, the Patriots. We all hate each other.
yeah.
Okay. Fins Hayes tears ACL trying to avoid sack flag. Oh,
I saw that.
Did you hear about
saw
that? Yeah, man.
Saw that.
That's pretty crazy. That's
It
pretty
was
crazy.
it was a pretty freak accident, actually. Freak injury.
Man.
He wasn't trying. He tackled. Was it Derek Carr? He tackled Derek Carr.
No. Who did Dolphins play?
I think Dolphins played the Raiders, right? Or whatever. So he tackled the quarterback, and he wasn't trying to get penalized by putting all his body weight on him.
They played Oakland.
And so he tried to like sway right, and then his foot got caught on the turf, and his like leg like bent in a weird way and tore his ACL. It was pretty bad.
Man.
Yeah.
What about that Clay Matthew hit? As a Redskins fan,
I thought it was a clean. I thought it was perfect hit.
all right?
Yeah, that was the league's getting too soft. Like they're trying to save all the quarterbacks because they know without these quarterbacks, it's not gonna be the way it is.
I mean, even with your quarterback yesterday, you guys were not looking that good.
Alex Smith?
Alex Smith.
I thought they looked.
Oh, wait. I'm not talking about that was the week 2 game.
Oh,
Just
last
kidding.
week. Yeah, I don't want to
Yeah,
talk about that.
Just
Yeah,
kidding. I'm sorry. I was like, but the Redskins, just a sidetrack, kind of similar with the Ravens. It's like first week we're like, holy shit, we look good, and the second we're like, what the fuck, we're back to our old selves. And then yesterday we're like, okay.
So is this a prelude to a Redskins Ravens Super Bowl?
Oh my god. This league would not continue next
Nah.
year. Like, we'd have broken friendships. Source: Packers defensive end Wilkerson out for a season. That's unfortunate.
He's out
Rosen's
for the
turn.
season?
Yes, I think so.
Oh, man. I know he was carted off for sure. I saw
Yeah.
that. That's a big
Significant
blow.
injury. And then the last news that we'll go over at least is Rosen's turn, first round pick to start for Cards.
Josh Rosen.
Josh Rosen.
Cardinals just look bad and terrible. They look just terrible in general, man.
Man,
They have nothing going for
what
them.
happened?
I don't know, man. I
What
feel
happened?
bad for the David Johnson owner.
Okay. Let's also talk about real quick the freaking Kansas City Chiefs. Holy shit. Like, what's going on with this league? What is happening?
I think the way the tides are turning, man. I think
like
Brady's gonna
Rams,
retire soon. Big Ben's gonna retire. Drew
Right.
Brees is gonna retire soon. We need some young
like
quarterbacks.
who are the that? And I think this year with the draft, I kind of went with that approach. It's like I won, so I was like, I'm not gonna go back to my old, heart picks, the Ravens pick, right? Although they did look, Josh Brown. I did want Josh Brown, and I think he's paying out pretty well. Thank you, Chris Song.
John Brown.
Josh.
Josh Brown's the guy in the Giants kicker who like beat his wife or something.
John Brown.
John Brown,
Sorry,
yeah.
Smokey
he's-
Brown. Smokey
Oh,
Brown.
Smokey Brown.
See, I always call him Smokey, so I don't know what his
Okay.
first name is.
Yeah, he looks nice.
He looked really good in training camp, so I was like, man, maybe I can steal him.
Speedy.
But Chris picked him up. I was like, damn it. So Chris is always the guy where I'm like, I know if I can go with the Ravens pick, like I always have to watch out for Chris. No one else, just Chris. But I want to go younger. My roster. I want to go a little bit more risky and draft a little bit more like
Yeah.
younger players.
Yeah, the Chiefs, man. It's crazy, man.
Mahomes.
Mahomes, yeah, him, Hill, Hunt.
And how did Chung-won know to pick him up?
So I was looking at the draft results a
Okay.
couple of days ago,
Okay.
and I think I passed up on Mahomes.
I think a lot of people
I
passed
passed up on
Mahomes.
him. I chose like Matt Ryan. I mean, I can't complain with Matt Ryan
Wait,
right now, but
was he? But Matt Ryan was probably up higher as on the projected list than Mahomes.
I think he was like 1 or 2.
Yeah, so that's
But
fine.
I don't care about the projections. I knew.
You thought he was?
I thought it was too risky. I thought it was too risky.
Exactly.
So that's why I didn't
But
choose
Chung-won
Mahomes.
picked him up quick.
Yeah, he loves the Chiefs players.
Oh my
He loves
goodness.
Tyreek. I mean, that's double dipping right there.
I guess.
Hill
and then
Mahomes.
AP picking up AP
Yeah.
on the quick, really early. We're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And look at him now.
Speaking of which, the younger quarterbacks. I mean, what's going on with Deshaun Watson?
I don't know, man. And you would think, well, he's coming off the ACL, so you know.
Yeah, no one's talking about him. They're 0-3.
Well, that's why no one's talking about them because they're 0-3.
But people are talking like, oh, he's gonna be MVP last year.
But that's what I'm saying. I think usually I think with a knee injury, an ACL injury, people are pretty forgiving for that first year back.
Mhm.
You know, I think with Joe Flacco, even when he had his ACL, like that first
We just
year
know
back,
Joe Flacco just plays well during the hype times, like contract
yeah.
year. And then right now he's about to lose his job, so he's playing his ass off.
Maybe, man. Sometimes I remember when we were playing Cincinnati, I was like, I'm ready for I'm ready for Lamar Jackson.
Oh yeah.
Like I was getting tired of him. I was like, maybe this. I think I wrote it on a Kako Talk. I was like, the strategy should be just no huddle offense and then just stick Lamar Jackson in there when they're all tired, just run all over him, right? But I think I'm ready for Joe Flacco to be done. I mean,
To be done?
Yeah, man. Like
Really?
every year, man. It's like, okay, Joe Flacco. He's gonna, he's a veteran now. He's gonna get rapport. He's gonna, he's got weapons every year, but he's always just mediocre. At best, right?
So what about Lamar? Do you think he's gonna be the next franchise quarterback?
I don't know if he's gonna be the next franchise quarterback. I think he has the potential to be the next franchise quarterback. I think he's got a lot of raw playmaking ability that could be exciting, but it's always RG3. It's that risk when you play that kind of like when Cam plays that kind of quarterback, he looks big, so you're just like, he could take a hit or two. You look at Lamar Jackson, you're just like, man, one hit, man, that could just be, that could be RG3. That could be RG3, right? But the flashes look good, and I think again what the Ravens did with keeping RG3, kind of using him as a more of a safer backup, but also as a tool to kind of groom Lamar Jackson, especially because they have similar play styles, and he's kind of been through it all. I think it's very smart, and we'll see what the Ravens do this year.
I think it's going to be a Chiefs type of thing, like with how they did with Alex Smith last year.
Oh, and just be like,
Just like marinate Mahomes.
Yeah. You gotta do it that way, man.
Yeah.
I mean, look at, oh my god, everyone's jealous of Mahomes right now. Everyone. Oh my god, that dude is a stud.
Nuts. Yeah.
Man, he's got a cannon, and it's like, it doesn't even look like he throws the ball. It looks like he like flings it. Like if like I picked a big booger and I just flicked it across the room. That's what he looks like he does. He looks like he's just flicking the football and just goes across the freaking field and into the. It's like, what the.
I want to see how he does against a legit defense. We'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk into the picks or our fantasy league here, because we are running. Oh man, the game already started. So let's quickly start this. So Hong. Oh shit! Sorry. Okay, here we go. This week we had our You know what? What we're gonna do, Kamish, is we're going to save this week's recap of the picks tomorrow with Hooney, because Hooney's coming, right? And what we'll do just today is we'll just go over the matchups and just talk about the league, right? What's surprising, what's not, blah blah blah, right? So let me get our league up. Why is okay? We got sports. The great thing about this is I can just edit out these little pulse, right? Fantasy. It's so different on the website. Fantasy football. All right, here we go. Matchups. Week 3 matchups. We got. Everything's so different. All right, so let's talk about your matchup first.
All right.
Actually, does your phone does it show my matchup with David first?
I think it shows your matchup first.
Always?
No, like yourselves. Yeah.
Yourselves. Okay.
Yeah, and then
then let's do yours. Let's do mine. Then we'll go down. All right. So motherfreaking hunksters.
Whoa.
Hey, it's okay. It's if there's gonna be shit talking, it won't be always PG. Oh, against the cousin.
My cousin.
Is it over?
It pretty much is over. It was over yesterday, but it was getting close, man. I didn't watch it. I didn't watch the night game because I didn't want to. It was like watching your own kind of fall, you know.
Wait,
because he had.
Time out. Hold on a second. How is? Oh, because you still have Tampa Bay playing right now.
Yeah, no, but I already won. But he had so I had all my players play in the afternoon, and he had Stafford and Burkhead. Play at nighttime, and I think he was down by like 30.
Ooh, Burkhead with 4.1 point.
So luckily Stafford didn't blow up, and I got this win.
You know what? I think I have James White, who scored me a lot more points than Burkhead.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That was a good pickup. I'm surprised he didn't get drafted.
With Burkhead, I didn't know. I was a little iffy, but okay. Let's see here. Disley.
Yeah, that was kind of disappointing, man. I thought he was gonna get a touchdown.
I think he's gonna have a big year. It's just probably one of those off weeks. I think he's gonna put up solid points.
There are people comparing him to like Gronkowski, but I don't know.
No, not Gronkowski.
Yeah.
I think the Seahawks got lucky with their wide open Lockett passes, and just probably didn't have a need for it.
Yeah.
Stephon Diggs, the Minnesota Vikings. What the hell's going on with them, right?
I don't know what that was.
Oh my goodness, you have Matt Ryan, 50 points.
Yeah.
Whew. And I had the other quarterback, Drew Brees.
Oh, you have Drew Brees?
I had Drew Brees, but I don't think he scored me 50 points.
I think it was close, like 46.
45,
45.
Yeah, something like that.
But this match, it was. I was a bit shaking in my boots a little bit.
Okay.
Like
you're still undefeated then. Yes, you are.
Yeah. So
and Hooney going down to 1 and 2.
1 and 2.
Man, Hooney, you're disappointing, Hooney. When you were drafting, you looked very. He was one of those guys that like put their bits in really fast.
Did he?
Damn,
he was prepared, man.
He's doing.
He was prepared.
And then David Jen came with that, all the clipboards, and he's like,
"Oh, did he?
Who we play?" Like, come on, David. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. No, but Hooney and I actually have a bet going. Like, since he joined the league, and I don't think he's beaten me yet, but no. Let's just say I've been playing a lot of free rounds of golf.
No. Okay. So this is you need to let everyone know this, right? So what's your bet?
Nah, I mean, in the past it was just round of golf, and
so every time you guys go against each other in the league.
Yeah, this week was
you
just
guys always have a game of golf
right.
on the line. Oh,
yeah,
nice.
this year it was just a small wager.
Oh,
Nothing too
nice.
big.
I owe James 4 hours of babysitting.
Yeah. I expect you to.
I'll do it. Absolutely. Just give me, I'll play 4 hours with Timmy. That'd be fun. Okay, so let's go into my matchup against David Jane, the Rookie of the Year.
Are you up?
Yeah, I am. We got J.J. Smith-Schuster and Godwin. So I have Godwin. He's got Schuster. Godwin has been putting up solid points for me. Nothing too big, but very reliable. I'm sure Schuster will be the same.
This is gonna come down to the wire.
You think so?
He has Juju. Yeah, I mean Juju, man. I think Juju can explode. And Chris Godwin, I don't know too much about him, but man, look at his bench though. He has Carlos Hyde. Come on,
yeah,
rookie.
Yeah, I saw that.
For Bilal Powell. Come on.
I saw that and I was like, whoo. Yeah, James White, 13.35. See.
Oh, Saquon finally getting that touchdown.
Yep. He.
I wanted to ask you about this. Alex Collins. How do you feel about him, man? Like, I have Buck Allen. He's been like vulturing his touchdowns.
Yeah.
So Alex Collins could have had a big game this week.
He could have. I don't know. I thought.
They don't trust him on the goal line?
No. I think it's just Buckhead. Buck Allen. Buck Allen. I think when he's healthy, he's just good. I think because Buck Allen was the drafted guy. Mm-hmm. Alex Collins was the undrafted guy.
Oh, really?
Right? Yeah. So but he got hurt, and then because of that, Kenneth Dixon and all them, he came out from the practice squad and then became this phenom. And obviously, because I watched the Ravens game, I followed it a little bit more closely. But even like Pro Football Rankings, they had him as the best running back last year as far as per attempt, right?
Alex Collins.
Yeah,
he was hyped up this year.
Yeah, man, and he's got a motor. He really, man. You know what though? I have to say this year there's a lot of good running backs. I feel like there's a lot of good running.
I agree.
Kerryon Johnson. He was running well.
Mm-hmm.
He was running well. First 100 rush yarder in like 70 games or something.
Since like Reggie Bush.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I like my running backs. Once Jay Ajayi gets healthy, what happened to Jay Ajayi?
Yeah, you have good running backs, man. You didn't go all Ravens players.
I didn't, and even Smokey Brown, I traded.
Yeah, you fleeced Chris Young so hard.
Well, no, okay. So Chris, to be honest with you, I picked up Peyton Barber thinking that he's going to be a very solid back. He looked really good in the preseason, right? He really did. And
it's his loss.
And I thought the trade was pretty fair. Like, we're talking about John Brown with Joe Flacco. Who knows how that'll go?
That's true.
Trusting Ravens is never always a good idea, especially a receiver when it comes to fantasy, right?
Yeah, you guys traded before the season even started, so
right, because I needed receivers, right? And I actually even sent him a week like preseason highlights when I was talking to him. Like, look, man, this guy's a solid. He's confirmed RB1. Like he looks good, right? And he took the trade, and it was, I thought, fair because it was a question mark to a question mark, and it's just my question mark seems to pay out better.
Right. But you have a Sterling Shepard on the bench.
Yeah. Just because Eli Manning, New York Giants, I'm still a little hesitant. But it's okay. I'll still get the win, I think. If I don't, I'd be upset.
Mm.
If David goes 3-0, I'll be upset.
But this matchup looks like it's gonna come down to the wire, man.
I don't think it's coming down to the wire. I think I got it. I think it's a shoo-in. Yeah. I mean, what is it? I'm up by 14 points. 13 points. Yeah, and I have a player. We'll be okay. We'll see. I mean, it wouldn't be shocking if I lost. I would be upset, but it wouldn't be shocking.
It'd be a bad week.
Yeah, it would be a bad week. All right, let's go to the next matchup. We got Blessed versus Gigabamas. Chongo versus JB. Chongo looking good. Man, I thought Chongo was 2-0.
What is he?
He's 1-1.
Oh yeah, he lost to me last week.
He lost to you last week. Yeah, congrats, man. That's pretty impressive.
Thank you.
With Pat Mahomes throwing 5 touchdowns.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
Was nuts. I think my other players blew up. That's why. Yeah. I don't know. I'm getting lucky. I thought I was going to lose to him last week, but I slid by.
Chongo, I got to say, I had a little question marks with the draft, but it looks very good. Look, he's got Wentz on his bench. Like, man, he's looking good.
He's looking. His receivers are nice.
Yes. And then on the other spectrum, oh look, Jigabama's about. Is this over?
No, he has Fitzmagic. He has Fitzmagic.
Okay, he's got Fitzmagic, and then he's got Antonio Brown.
So this one's gonna be a close one too, I feel like.
Yeah. Do you guys believe in the Fitzmagic? That's the question. Man, what a great win it would be for Gigabamas, right?
Yeah.
0-2.
He needs a win, man. He's 0-2.
Yeah, getting his first win against probably who was heavily favored, right, in Chol. Interesting fantasy year, definitely for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Next matchup, we got Beat Joe Kids versus Juan and Only, our best friend matchup here, which Juan is just destroying.
Look at that! Look at that disrespect
Destroying.
right there.
That's
Putting in Josh Gordon when he's out, and still beating him.
Oh my goodness, you're
Yeah,
right. Look
yeah.
at that.
That disrespect.
Look at this. This is the daddy matchup of the year right here, right?
Like a slap in the face.
Who can multitask while they're watching their kids?
So
Oh my
I mean,
goodness.
it says Chris Young has a 1% chance with Mike
He
Evans
has
playing.
a 0% chance. I will tell you right now. He needs to score.
Ouch.
Mike Evans needs to score. 50 points? 50 points? No, there's no
Yeah,
way. What's he gonna do?
Never
Start
say
throwing
never,
touchdowns?
but
There's
yeah,
no
I don't
way.
think it's gonna happen.
There's no way.
But look at their quarterbacks, man. Kirk Cousins and Tom Brady putting up duds.
Yeah,
They
Tom
look very
Brady.
good quarterbacks.
Tom
but-
Brady. Yeah, you remember how Juan was like, ha ha ha, who made fun of my number one pick or whatever? And now it's like, where you at, Juan? Huh? What's going on with Tom Brady?
No,
Even Scott didn't go after Tom Brady. That's got to tell you something,
that's right.
right?
But Juan's flex paying off really well there. Robert Woods.
Yeah. Juan is 0-2. Chris is 1-1. Man,
Mhm.
that's what I'm saying. So there's gonna be a lot of
Lots of 2-1s, 1-2s.
yeah. Actually, are you gonna be the only undefeated team?
Maybe.
No.
I think James and David are
James.
playing. Why don't we go to their matchup now?
Yeah, that's next. Right now. So we got James, Epic James time against David's better team. Our trading fiend
Trading fee.
versus James Tastic here.
So
Let's
they're-
see, one
they-
player, two
they're-
players remaining.
Yeah, theirs is coming down to the wire too. But James has the lead. He has Deshaun Jackson playing, and David has James Conner and OJ Howard.
David picked up OJ Howard. I drafted OJ Howard,
Mm.
and then I dropped him, and now I need another tight end because Evan Ingram's out.
Yeah, tight ends are dropping like flies.
Yeah, so I'll just pick something up on the waiver.
Yeah, you can stream.
Yeah, that's one thing. But you know what? This game is gonna have a pretty big significance to some of these games, some of our matchups here. Right, James's matchup and what was it? JV's matchup,
Mm-hmm.
right? Yeah, it's who knows what's gonna happen. You know,
Hope it's high scoring.
that'd be crazy. That I mean, can the Tampa Bay Buccaneers do it again? Right?
If it's magic,
And are the Steelers going to finally wake up? Right? Okay, let's go to our last matchup, I believe. We got 28-3. What is 28-3?
it was the Falcons and the Patriots. The Super Bowl, which was like 2 years ago. Yeah, that's old news.
Oh, that was a score
That was a score.
before they came back.
Before they came back, exactly. Now it should be, 41-33? That was the score of the Eagles and Patriots game last year.
Yeah. Or just retire Brady
Yeah.
against GT. Oh, man, GT looking good.
Yeah, GT's team is
147.
blowing up. Wow.
Oh, and he's got Big Ben. Oh, Kamara.
Whew.
Watkins.
Kamara.
Man, look at this. Crowell.
Wow, Sammy Watkins.
Seattle, Prater. Man, everyone is just.
Wow. Seattle defense. Wow, he had the balls to start them. Prater, 14 points.
Wow. GT's team looks scary.
Wow. Yeah, I told you. I chose his team as the dark horse this year, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then, he put 32 on the bench with Goff against Garoppolo. That sucks.
Not sure if that would have helped him, but
Yeah, it wouldn't. But at least he's got Goff, so he should be okay.
he benched a lot. Chris Carson, Tyler Lockett. Wow.
Oh, wow. Well, I mean, can you blame him? The Seahawks looked so garbage.
Yeah.
And,
So
man.
bad.
Seahawks look bad. Well, I guess they looked okay after yesterday.
Man, I'm so glad I don't have Amari, man. This guy he's either on or off.
Amari Cooper.
First week he has 2 points. Second week 19 points. Third week 3 points. So next week he'll probably blow up.
All right, so those are our matchups. To wrap it up, let's talk about what you think about teams. With the standings right now, let's go into our league view here. Standings. Who do you think the dark horse is? Who do you think your new dark horse, if you have one?
Mhm.
Surprises. what you always thought David Jang's team was garbage. Okay.
So surprisingly, no, I never thought David Jang's team was garbage. I thought his team was, okay, and he's at the top right now. So, man, I think it will continue. He's got a nice team. He's got a decent team. We got James here. He needs David Johnson to, hurry up and come back. But no, I think I like this, man. No one's running away. Everyone's in the mix.
Yeah. No. Who is? Let's see. Juan is gonna put up a win. David, you might be the only team that goes.
0-3.
Yeah, winless.
And he has 5 running backs, RB1s. It's not gonna help him.
It's not gonna help you. It's one thing if you have 5 RB1s, but if it's like the bottom 32 of the RB1s, it's like
Right. So I'm telling you, I think Cheetah's team is the team to watch out for.
Who do you see going to playoffs?
I feel like it's too early, man. I don't want to hurt people's feelings.
Oh, actually, man, sorry, we have to run through this real quick. I have some questions for you, by thing. So let's just rapidly run through it. Question from Chongho, right? Ask Paul to name the top 3 best fantasy players in our league. So take that as in face value, because I don't know what exactly we mean. Like
I knew he would ask that.
Okay.
Because he asks me that on a weekly basis.
Really?
We have our weekly chats.
Oh yeah, what is he? So what does he ask?
So he's always asking. He's like, who name the top 3 teams right now. Name the top 6 teams right now. He does that.
In our league right now.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh. Okay, sorry.
Okay. Top 3, huh?
Yes, sir.
I mean, I guess it changes on a weekly basis. I mean, I guess you could say the top 3 teams of that week in the standings. I mean, I guess.
Well, okay, but I mean, without standing, what do you think? Who are you most afraid to go against right now, without looking at the stat sheets?
Right now.
Yeah, just being like, like, oh, I remember him having a pretty good team, good week last week or whatever, something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, your team looks pretty scary.
Really?
Yeah,
Cheetah's
team. I mean, I feel like that's what I'm saying. I think everyone is on the same level this year.
Everyone's on the same level, or this league.
There's no team where I can just choose and be like, I got this team.
Yeah. I would agree.
Because if you look at JB's team now, I mean, like, he's got some top players that can blow up anytime.
Yeah.
So,
and this league right now, this season's been pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And
anything could happen.
Right. Awesome. Excellent. Sounds great. Let's see. Moving on. Pick another team and ask him to dissect it and give his opinion. Does he ask you this too?
Oh, is that him?
Yeah.
Nah.
But let's not do that because we don't have
time.
time. Let's see here. So we want to know how many times in the history of the league have you had a number 1 draft pick?
Who asked that?
Don't worry about who asked that.
So I believe this is the second time.
Second time, okay. And then the follow-up question is, how did you derive these random orders?
Is this David Jang? No. So if you go on the desktop site of Yahoo, if you look on the league page on the bottom, there's commissioner's notes. Every action that the commissioner took. So everything's transparent. I can't manually adjust the draft order. Yeah, so if you can look at it,
so this is all Yahoo derived random.
Yeah. There's actually it's a commish tool that you can just do. It just randomize the draft order.
Okay.
And so when I got number 1 this year, I was like, these motherfuckers are gonna ask me. Because the first time I did it, people were like, "Oh, this is bullshit."
Right. Conspiracy. Right.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about, just a side question, stepping down or handing over commissioner to someone else?
I mean, if they want to do it, I mean, sure. I mean, I don't do much, honestly.
I don't think anyone wants to.
Yeah, I don't do much.
Well, now you have to facilitate trades.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun. It's fun.
Okay, here we go. Best and this is from James. Best and worst free agency picks up drops so far.
Best and worst, huh?
Just maybe if you have something in your head.
Sure. I'm looking through the transactions. I can't say there's one that really stands out. Because no one really honestly blew up. I mean, I picked up Buck Allen. I thought that's a good
That's probably a good pickup.
pickup.
I mean, he scored maybe like 3 touchdowns already.
Yeah.
Right.
So I might have to start him in my bye week coming up.
Yeah.
But now I'm looking at the transactions, and honestly, no one. I think everyone was so wise in their drafting
Wow.
that like
Everyone's
they
picking up
stashed. They picked
that's
it up.
good. That's
So
good.
That's good. That's a good sign of good competition.
And better leagues, right?
The worst drop, I'd say. So James was talking about how Temin dropped Jordy Nelson yesterday. He drops him and he puts up like 37 points. I guess that's the worst drop so far.
Probably coming from James. That makes sense. And then this final question, which is from James himself. He says, if someone important wants to join the league, say your wife or someone important, who would you kick out first?
So I'd say I would kind of have this unwritten policy, last one in, first one out type of thing.
Oh, okay. Last one in, first one out. So it would be David Jang.
Yeah, sorry, David.
Oh, I see. Wait, but then who makes the call of who comes in?
Oh, if someone important. Oh no, I wouldn't do that. No, man. If everyone wants to play, I think we'll stay. But his hypothetical question. Yeah.
If someone dropped, then who would come in?
Okay.
I think Troll wants to ask you when you're having kids.
Yeah,
You're working on it?
No comment.
Okay. All right, Paul, Commissioner, thank you very much for having us.
Yeah, this is fun, man.
For coming on, talking to our league here. We'll have Hooney on tomorrow.
Nice.
I'll get this bad boy edited out.
Sweet.
And send it out. And
Nice.
we'll hopefully this will be the first of many, many episodes for a long, long time.
Yeah,
right?
anytime, man. This is fun. Thank you.
And tell everyone about the cool setup, man. So that way,
Not just, if it's your turn to come, man, this is pretty legit setup. I thought it was like a radio station type of thing. He has the mics all set up on. He has like a pop filter. He has a table. He has like this.
You can hear
audio switch thing. Yeah, you got headphones. You got like a audio meter on the computer and everything. You got turntable. It's nice. It's legit.
Awesome.
Pretty
Awesome.
sweet.
Thank you very much, Commissioner.
All right.
To everyone else, stay tuned for next week's episode.
Yeah. Peace.
Featuring Hooney, I believe. All right.
All right.
Go the Beast.